So, here lately, as I've been scrolling through my dashboard, I've been noticing mass amounts of just pure, unadulterated hate. And I really don't understand it. If you're ridiculous enough to send hate to someone, you need to take the time that you're spending writing out that hate, and you need to go get yourself some fucking help because you have a problem. No normal person gets so worked up about nothing that they'll just write things that are so terrible, so horrendous, so just god awful that it's something you should never, ever say to another human being, ever. And I see this every day, and I receive it at least every week. And I know, it doesn't bother me, but I know it bothers a lot of people. But, I'm 19 years old. I've been called fat, since I was 7 years old by my own father, my grandmother, my stepfather who just left here recently. I've been called fat by men, women, girls, boys. It doesn't matter. And I just get so pissed off when people say shit like real girls don't eat, or on the other end of the spectrum, real women have curves. Or it's all stupid. Stop trying to define perfection because it's not real. There's no such thing as perfection. Just like there's no such thing as normality. Real women deal with so much shit because people are constantly trying to tell us how real or how fake we are because of the way we look. If you wear makeup, you're automatically fake. Well, why is it that girl on the magazine cover is gorgeous? How is she not fake? But, if a 16-year-old girl wants to, cover up a blemish on her face, it makes her fake. She's a person. She's not fake. And about size. Beauty and size aren't even related. You can weigh 300 pounds and you're still beautiful because there is a person inside your body. Your body doesn't really mean anything in the grand scheme of things. Your body dies, but you as a person don't. You go on. You leave a legacy. And you are a beautiful person. And on the other end of the spectrum, I see so many skinny girls getting called names like anorexic and shit. Just because you're skinny, that doesn't mean you have an eating disorder. Some people are just skinny. Sure, some of them have eating disorders, just like some overweight people have eating disorders. But some people are just made that way, believe it or don't. And, who are we to judge what's beautiful and what isn't, or who's beautiful and what isn't, especially if you don't know that person. Somebody can have an outward appearance that might actually be kind of difficult to look at, but if you get to know them, then that outer appearance just stops mattering. And I think we should just look inward more, because there is beauty in everything. Absolutely everything. And when I see people spreading hate, saying things like, oh, you're fat, you're ugly, kill yourself, you're worthless. No, you're not. You're not fat, you're not ugly, you're not worthless, and you should not kill yourself. You're a person, goddammit. And it floors me that people can be so cruel, but they can. And I would just urge you, if you're watching this right now, to know that I've been there. I have. I've had eating disorders. I've attempted to kill myself. I've cut. I've been in a mental hospital. I've been through the fucking ringer too, honey. And I'm with you. If you ever need somebody to talk to, I'm here. Because those haters don't mean shit. The only thing that they're doing is trying to hide something about themselves. They're trying to divert attention away from it. Maybe they have a big nose. Or maybe they have a hook nose that they want to get a nose job on. And they think that people won't pay attention to that if they call you fat. Or maybe they have a scar or something. But no matter what it is, it doesn't make it okay. By calling somebody anorexic or fat or just any name. You don't know what they're going through. Would you really want to have to go and explain to their family, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I had no clue what they were going through. I didn't even know them. I'm so sorry they killed themselves. Because it happens. Because some people, sure, it's easy to say, just hit the block button. But some people, it's really not that easy for them, and they need help. And I would just urge you, if you've ever sent hate to someone, if you can't bring yourself to apologize for some reason, just don't do it again. Because it's wrong. It's horrible and it's wrong. And you shouldn't do it. And if you don't care about anything that I'm saying and this doesn't touch you at all, and you think that hate is no big deal, that's your opinion. But it's a very closed-minded opinion. And I don't think you really understand what you're talking about. So I would just urge you to, if you're going to call somebody fat or anorexic or tell them to kill themselves, I would just urge you to go ahead and type that up on your computer, put it into a Word document, maybe put some really pretty stationery in your printer, right? And then fold it up into a really pretty triangle. Maybe you can make a swan out of it. And then either stick it in your mouth or in your ass. Because the way I see it, if that's the way you are, then shit is coming out of your mouth and your ass. So it doesn't matter which orifice you put it in. And if you've ever received hate, you shouldn't listen to it. And if you've ever cried because of hate, I'm very sorry that people have done that to you. But you're worth it. And if you're watching this, this is for you. If you're contemplating suicide, this is for you. If you've cut yourself, if you're depressed, if you're on antidepressants, if you've been in the mental hospital, if you've been through the ringer, if something bad's happened, if you've been raped, honey, things are going to get better for you eventually. They will. I promise. And I know it doesn't mean much coming from some nameless girl off the internet, off of Tumblr, off of YouTube, but I would just urge you to hold on and come talk to me or talk to somebody, because things can't be this bad forever. And you should never listen to hate over the internet. My name's Rachel, and I do care. I do care what happens to you. I do care if you kill yourself. And I would never send you hate. And if you came to me and told me your problems, I would never turn you away. That I can promise you.